This is your hand drawing project. For your hand, we're going to position our hand and really observe it and figure out how you want to draw it. So you can use sign language and position it like in a letter. I used a peace sign. Just make sure you're picking something appropriate. For your drawing, we're going to look at the outline of it first, how your fingers are interacting with each other, and where exactly they are on your hand. So for my peace sign, you're going to notice when I start, I kind of draw the skeleton or think about where your bones are, where all the folds in your hands are. Then we're going to start to add shading and shadow. I also had a blender tool to blend different areas of mine. This is going to make your hand appear 3D. Then we add color to the background to create the contrast. So we have the black and white and then color in the back. I used watercolors to make it appear like tie-dye, and then I had a lot of space at the bottom, so I added the word peace to go with my hand. Drawing hands can be very difficult. So we're going to practice with it. It does not have to be perfect. I just want you to get a feel for doing observational drawing, so looking at your hand or looking at an object and drawing that. If you want, you could do a sign language letter. This is the letter M. Look up your sign, however you want to do it. I'm going to do a peace sign. So whenever I look at your hand, I have these 3 sections in each of our fingers. In our thumbs, we only have 2. That's why they're not considered fingers. When I go to draw this, I'm going to start with my pointer finger. And let's say I have my first section, second section, here's the top of my finger, and then my third section way down here. So this is the top, this is this meaty part, which I should probably make a little bit bigger, and then that bottom part, and then where it goes into my hand. Over here, this finger, for me, is a little bit longer. Some people, they're exactly the same. It's all based on genetics. So I'm going to start with that top of my finger, kind of lay out where it is. And then I have this first part. I'm going to make where that crease is. At the second part, make where that crease is. And then that third part going into my hand. Now that I have those, I'm going to do the outline of them. But notice how it kind of curves out where my knuckle is. So I have the top of my finger, kind of come down, it curves out where that knuckle is, and then comes in. Same with this side. Notice how the fold in my skin, this finger kind of comes over. And then over here, it doesn't go straight down. It kind of comes in and then out. Also, don't trace your hand if you're thinking about doing that, because I can definitely tell. And then this way, like I said, it's all about practice, because practice makes progress. So I'm not looking for perfect artwork by any means. I'm looking to see that you're taking on this challenge of drawing your hand, because it can be difficult. Okay, so I have my piece. I probably could have put them a little more spread apart. Right now I have them more like this, I guess. I'm going to erase where those vertical lines are. I'm going to still keep those horizontal ones for now. All right, I see that my hand came down a little bit, and then I have my thumb, like this knuckle on my thumb. It's kind of off to the side. So it's right there. And then it goes like into my hand and then down my wrist. So with this knuckle, it comes up. Notice how my knuckle is like right under this finger. So you always want to look at where things are related to each other on your hands. And then my thumb is kind of lined up with the edge of this finger. So that's where I'm going to have it stop. And then I see like these folds underneath as it goes into my hand, and all these creases in my hand, which I can add those details later. I can see my knuckle here, or my fingernail, sorry. All right. Next, this knuckle. I see the top of it kind of in line at an angle. So I'm going to draw that top part, kind of comes down, and then the thumb is holding it. So I don't see that nail at all. I do see the back end of this finger a little bit. And then my pinky, I readjust. Now that I readjusted, my pinky's kind of right in the crease of my ring finger at that angle. I might adjust my drawing since I adjusted my fingers. I see that comes over, out, and in. So my pinky, I see a little bit of it poking out from under my thumb. I see a big crease here because my hand's curved or folded in on itself, and I can see my nail. So this is going to take you a little bit. This took me a while to start to learn how to draw hands, but as long as you're practicing, like I said. So I have my hand. Now you can use your pencil and shade it in. You can use paint. It does not have to be the exact color of your hand. If you want to make your hand tie-dye, as piece, everything else, that's great. I'm probably going to keep this in black and white and then color the background. So it's your choice how you want to do yours. My thumb looks a little big in there, huh? Because I see that there's this big part. And it's all about going back and forth between playing with the way that your hand is. Not everyone's is going to be the same. I see this line, this crease. I see a crease here, there. Kind of looks like a starburst, not the candy. And then up here, I can see where the skin's being pulled. All right, so I'm going to shade mine and fast forward it. I'm going to add details to the back as well. I want you to either have your hand be in color and the background be in black and white, like maybe shade it with your pencil and blend it, or hand in black and white, background in a lot of color to create that contrast. You can even add words to this however you want. I'm probably going to do a little graffiti at the bottom, but if you need help with this, feel free to email me at any time. I'll try to give you pointers, and you can watch me shade if you want.